Hi guys, welcome to this video for D100 Space. This is a game by me, Martin Knight, creator of D100 Dungeon, which this game is actually based on. So this is the sci-fi version of D100 Dungeon. So what we're going to do is, this is going to be the start of a series of videos I'm going to do for D100 Space, where we're going to take a look at the game, take a look at the mechanics, get you set up so that you know what game sheets you need to actually begin playing D100 Space. And then when we've done a lot of the videos for this and we've got the rules sorted for this, then I'm going to move the series on to the Galaxy Builder, which is a new book that's coming out for D100 Space shortly. The first thing I wanted to mention before we get into the actual rules and so forth is that there is an update for this book. This is the old book. We're going to be using the new updated book in the demonstrations. The older book came out in 2022 and I'm just releasing an update in 2024 for this game. There's some minor differences and there's a download file on the MK Games website which goes through all the changes. It's an errata file, so it tells you all the individual elements that need to be altered, and you can go ahead and make those changes to your existing book. So if you've got this book, the 2022, you can find the details of the version number of that book on this page. It's worth going to that errata file and updating your books, and there's instructions in that file that tells you exactly how to do that. I'll put the links in the description below for where you need to go to find that file. Okay, so we're going to be looking at D100 Space using the softback edition. There's the concept of the game is that you're a captain on a starship. You've got your own starship and you're travelling around a star system or various different star systems in a sector of a galaxy. So this is a map of the galaxy, and what you'll be doing as your captain is you'll be starting off here in Artemis and you'll be travelling around performing 5 operations, preset operations that you need to perform before you do anything else. And in each star system, these individual stars are star systems. There's points of interest that you can travel around and investigate and deal with. There's things like asteroid belts, there's moons and water worlds and agricultural worlds and gas formations and so forth, and we'll look at those and go into those in some more detail. So the first thing you really need to do to get stuck into D100 Space is to create a captain, and you're going to need some game sheets. So I'm going to go through the game sheets that you're going to need to print off in preparation for your first game. And they take the form, there's a file on MK Games website which has got these game sheets. It's the most up-to-date version, and it's worth printing off from those the actual game sheets that you're going to need. I'll put the links to that file in the description below, but let's take a look at them. We've got map sheets. These are used for away missions, so when you're in your starship you'll travel around to these star systems, and you might need to leave your ship and go on an away mission where you're going to enter a facility or another starship or a complex, and you'll leave your starship and then you will be in a complex, and you'll need these map sheets to actually explore the facility you're on, and you'll be drawing on here and creating a map. So those are primarily for away missions. So I printed a few of them off because we might need them in the forthcoming rules. While you're on your away mission, you're going to be encountering hostiles, enemies, and you're going to need a combat track. So I've printed this back to back in this case, because when you go on an away mission you start off at the top here and you work your way through. You might finish an away mission here, and then the next away mission you continue on. So this is an ongoing list of all the enemies that you faced and defeated, and as you defeat them you get experience rewards there as well, which we'll look at when we get onto the rules. So I've gone ahead and printed that double-sided. That's primarily for away missions. Another sheet you're going to need is the enemy ability sheet. So all these hostiles and enemies that you meet, some of them have got unique abilities that help them in their combat. And this sheet here is, again I printed it two-sided. It's got all the abilities that the monsters have that you will face when you're fighting them on your away missions. So that, again, that's primarily for away missions, so we can put that away to one side. Then there's the away mission handy sheet. This is a cheat sheet which is quite useful to have printed off, so that when you're in your away mission you don't have to search the rule book for some of these rules, you can just look them up here. And on the back of that I've put Transversing the Space handy sheet, which is another cheat sheet that you can use for when you're exploring the galaxy. So when you're in your starship you'll need this sheet here to explain and help you with all your movement and interaction with some of these points of interest. So we'll need that. Then you're going to need a star systems and zone sheet. So this is basically a more detailed list of all these star systems. So they're listed alphabetically here and on this list, and they relate to these star systems here. So when we're moving from Artemis to Vinoir, we can then look on Vinoir and we can see exactly all the points of interest that are there, their names. We've all got names, and we can look at what zone they're in, and we can also use this as a guide. We could put a starship on here to, when we're playing the game, to show which zone we're in. So that's quite handy. And then lastly we need the log sheet. So again, this is double-sided. On the front of the log sheet has got all the information we need for our captain, and on the back is all the information we need for our starship. And there's various different elements to this sheet. There's things like the starship's cargo hold, a passenger manifest, because we can take passengers on board our ship and deliver them for a fee. We can board some crew, which will help us when we're performing operations in space. And we've got our equipment packs here for our captain. And on the front of the sheet is a lot of details about away missions. We've got skills for our captain here. We've got some tracks for when we're on away missions for tracking certain elements. We've got a time track, so when you're playing an away mission, time will be ticking away on you. And up here we've got the primary characteristics of our captain and some other information here, like the captain's career and how many credits they have and so forth. Okay, so that's pretty much all you need to get yourself started in the D100 space. You need your log sheet and these various sheets that you can print off and download. And in the next video we're going to be moving on to creating a captain, and then the video after that we'll be looking at some of the rules for D100 space. So thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.